Wechseln wir die Location. Da wollen wir gerne schauen. David Ramos Haus. Ach, da müssen wir auch noch hin. Uiuiui. Oh,
Look at
guck
that,
mal.
Jimby. The brave Lazarus Bundy has really come to see us.
Sie schaut schon so
I can't
erfreut.
believe I'm actually here.
There, no reason to be upset. I can assure you you've made the best decision of your career.
I'll content myself with the assurance that you won't smear me out of turn.
All right, so I'd say we've got everything we need to start rolling. Jimby, you can start recording.
Whoa, wait a second. Just like that, out of the blue, without preparing the questions a bit?
This is Gwendolyn Pratt reporting from the house of the serial killer Blowtorch, aka David Ramos. We have with us the detective in charge of the case, Lazarus Bundy. Good evening, Mr. Bundy.
Good evening.
Let's get straight to the point. Last night you were involved in a struggle with the dangerous individual who, we mustn't forget, is on the run. How would you describe this experience to our viewers?
Also wissen wir mal, je größer sie sind, desto härter fallen sie. Das ist schon
I've
einfach.
had simpler cases. I mean, cases in which I didn't almost end up getting choked by a Neanderthal.
And here we see the human side of law enforcement, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought that behind this fearless appearance, such a fragile heart was hidden?
Unbedingt.
Fragile heart?
Where do you think Ramos is hiding right now?
Schlau ist, weil wenn er schlau ist, hätte die Stadt bereits mit hoher Geschwindigkeit vielleicht diese eine Rechnung mit mir offen. Das ist sicher noch in
Afraid
der
that
Stadt.
lunatic has unfinished business with me, so no doubt he's still in town.
If things are really as you say, I'm sure Seamus Burton will hunt him down wherever he's hiding. The respectable Seamus Burton, who
Seamus
always
Burton.
diligently watches over our city of Miami. Let's cut to the chase, detective. How do you answer the accusations that you purposely let Blowtorch escape just to have someone to hunt down to keep your already at-risk job?
Already a risk job? What are you talking about, you ugly witch?
It's no secret that you've just been fired, detective. Or I should say, ex-detective.
I wasn't covering up anything. I was fired specifically because...
Facts tell another story, Bundy. It seems you've been in difficult waters lately. That your alleged detective skills have been, how can I say it, deteriorated for quite a few months now. My understanding is that you haven't successfully closed a case for at least 6 months, ex-detective. How do you answer to this real data?
Enough, Pratt. I knew I was making a mistake coming here, but your lowness knows no bounds.
One more question, Bundy. Have you given any thought to your immediate future? I doubt that anyone will offer you work after what you... As you wish. I'm Gwendolyn Pratt. Back to you in the newsroom.
Oh.
I told you, Bundy. The important thing is not for the audience to have the absolute truth, just a plausible one. Have a good day.
Go to hell. I knew it was a bad idea to challenge Gwendolyn Pratt, the Queen of Mud, and so my decline in those previous months had become a matter of public domain. Anyway, who cared? My crisis had been leaked, yes, but not the real reason behind it. They could speculate, but the real truth was mine alone.
Okay. Dann Promenade? Ach, schau mal, wer da ist.
You are Roger the Tramp, aren't you?
Roger the Rabbit.
Firstly, the term tramp is now considered inconsiderate, and the preferred nomenclature is homeless person or transient. Secondly, it is very rude to address a stranger by name without introducing oneself first.
I beg your pardon, but I didn't realize I was in the presence of the Baron of Sussex.
Do not be absurd, boy. I'm not the Baron of Sussex. I'm Duke Roger Emmerich Ravendish III from Derbyshire.
Yet you live on a bench and you have a torn shoe.
I also rummaged through the refuse, to be completely honest.
This guy was a real madman. Well, Duke Ravendish, may I ask you a few questions?
I am at your disposal, at least for the present moment.
Herrlich.
So you are an actual nobleman.
The Ravendish family dates back to the 16th century, during the time of the controversial Henry VIII.
I can only wonder how an actual duke ends up living on the street.
I do not think my story would be of any interest to you, lad.
Wie meint er das? Duke. Ehrlich. Was ist jetzt die ganze Zeit mit ihm so? Na, ich weiß. Weißt du noch,
Do
wo
you
du
remember
vor
where
2
you were
Nächten?
2 nights ago?
At Chef Tony's, a modest five-star restaurant located in the West Miami district.
You answered with extraordinary promptness.
I stick to my weekly schedule precisely. It's a carryover from my old life.
I see. Do you remember if you saw or heard anything strange?
Might you be a detective, young man?
Of course I am. Do you want to see my badge?
Your poor attempt at dressing like Sir Arthur Ignatius Conan Doyle's character is enough for me.
What's your point?
If you are a detective, it means that you are a representative of the authorities, or at least you are in contact with them. Ergo, you can help me save my Camerops Humilis,
Your what?
my dwarf palm, my shelter from the warm, sultry summer days in Miami. I have spent my afternoons basking in the shade of its leaves for years, and now it is at risk.
Explain.
Recent studies have revealed the presence of the red blatodia on these picturesque beaches, a disturbing and voracious insect that can prove lethal to these plants. My palm was judged to be sick, which was clearly a rush evaluation. Just a glance will suffice to see that it is in perfect health.
I think I understand what you're getting at, but I have to point out that someone could consider this an attempt at bribery.
I am not offering goods in exchange for a service. Any assistance would simply bring peace to my disturbed mind and therefore encourage me to remember.
That man was used to these kinds of negotiations. He sure knew how to bargain. All right, let's see what I can do for your palm tree.
Make that red mark disappear, and then you may ask what you will.
Dich an die Nacht zu erinnern, über die wir gesprochen haben. Ja,
Don't leave the
das,
country, Duke Ravendish.
I would be reviled for doing so.
wir schauen, ob wir was dabei haben. Wir haben Balsas.
I was all out of ideas. That red mark with fresh, it had to disappear if I wanted to obtain Roger.
Hm,
The firecracker the Harbinger had handed out that morning is one of those that explodes when thrown against the ground.
aha. Tja. Wird mit dem Marker.
Making the mark darker wouldn't have deceived the pest control workers. That mark had to disappear if I wanted to obtain Roger's help.
Schade. Das
I
war's.
was all out of ideas.
Okay. Schauen wir uns mal um.
I was sure I'd found everything I needed there.
Okay. Können nochmal nach Hause und ins Department. Einfach mal Nein spielen. Madame kann uns bestimmt helfen.
Hello.
Hi, Lars.
Diesmal bin ich sicher. Ursprung.
This time, I'm sure I've deduced the origin of that lock.
I'm starting to make you lose sleep over this. Bring it on.
So, I think the trauma is not due to your adolescence, but your childhood. The fact that you don't have a picture of your parents on the desk makes me think that you're not particularly interested in their approval. It's because of a family conflict in your background. Your father was a bad man, maybe a drunkard, who didn't spare any occasion to beat your poor mother. Time and fatigue weakened the woman, causing premature aging and the total whitening of her hair. Your lock is dedicated to her, your heroine.
Come on, knock it off. My mother works in a dry cleaners around the corner and still has long blonde hair. My father, on the other hand, is a retired detective, and he's still my role model, even today. I dare say he was probably a much better detective than you, given your performance.
So you think this will be enough to make me declare surrender? I'll be back for more soon. See
Okay.
you later, partner.
Bye, Lars.
Bei Lars. Wir können in Burtons Büro. Können wir da rein, ja?
I'm a badge now.
Okay. hier irgendwas? Interessantes für uns natürlich nicht. Wie sollte es dann auch anders sein? Hier, Willow.
I've had enough of his government.
Okay. Ach, mein Jung.
Attention, monsieur. Huh? Attention to what?
Oh oh. Nein.
You horrible brat.
I told you, the Harbinger today made us a really big favor with those firecrackers.
It almost sounds like a gunshot.
They should be illegal. They throw them on the ground, then they explode and we all jump in the air by fear. Where will we end up, I wonder?
At the morgue. Another prank like that and I'll have a stroke. And yet, I suspected that having one of those firecrackers in my pocket would help me in the future. Putting it in my pocket was out of the question. I'd have sullied my amazing coat. If needed, I could have used it on the spot.
Die Farbe wäre aber die Lösung, oder?
I had nothing else to say to that fake Frenchman. The fountain wasn't especially elaborate, and to tell the truth, it also seemed out of place. It emitted a hypnotic water jet, though, neither too violent nor too calm.
Bräuchten wir das Wasser?
Sometimes, my obsession...
Sensation. Was ist das schon? Wäschestange.
How many acts of vandalism could I perpetrate with a simple brush?
Okay,
I had nothing else to say.
dann gehen wir mal weg. Diesen Ort. Unser Freund hier.
Hey there, kid.
What do you want?
Smell you later, kid.
Okay. Los. Käfig. Schade, schade, schade. Ich will doch nur wieder. Ich will doch nur weg hier. Ember-Karte? Was hat er denn eigentlich reingeschrieben? Lagerhaus. Okay, muss einen Eingang geben. In diesem Red ist Eugene mit einem ausgestopften Panda bestechen. Nach dem Obdachlosen beim Nancy's. Er weigert sich zu reden, bis ich den roten Fleck an Fläche entfernt habe. Oh, ich komme ja nicht mehr weg. Och. Ach nein, das ist man manchmal verwirrt. Man muss eine Mods. Okay. Können wir hier nochmal zurück? Ist sie wieder weg? Ja.
It's you again.
Do we know each other?
No, but I've seen you on TV. You must be a VIP.
Ja.
Well, you can proclaim it loudly, because before you is the famous detective Lazarus Bundy.
That's why you wear a Sherlock Holmes hat?
It's more like him wearing my hat.
Well,
Ach so.
actually,
Anyway, let me work now, Mr.
Issa.
Stay there and watch how a real investigator works.
I have to wait for the pawn shop to open anyway. The owner has no will to work. He should have been here already for a while now.
Na, sowas. Und so eine Cola
The
könnte
vending
uns nicht
machine
helfen.
wasn't working, so I couldn't buy a soda. But that wouldn't be a problem anyway. I always hated Sfrizzo Cola.
Trying is useless. It's gone. I put some money inside and it was eaten. I also tried to kick it, but no dice.
Believe me, you were lucky. I wouldn't wish a Sfrizzo even on my worst enemy. That place drained me of all my desire to talk. A vending machine for a Sfrizzo. The worst cola ever tasted by a human being. Actually, the soda was pulled from the market some time ago. That's why the vending machine wasn't functioning, although the engine was still running.
Okay. Mehr nicht weiter.
Regardless where it ended up, it needed to be said. What a glorious entrance I made.
Do you want to sneak inside? If you want, you can use me as a step.
Why would I want to sneak inside?
You look like the kind of guy who does such things.
No more messages from me.
Are you looking for clues?
What are you talking about?
I've heard this building was the hideout of a famous local serial killer who escaped because of a detective that... Hey, did you have anything to do with that?
Nah, I was dealing with another case. Another
wir doch
case
nicht.
cleverly solved.
Keine. Aber wir haben doch jetzt hier die schöne Wäschestange.
In that moment, it didn't seem to be a good solution to me.
Nichts Gutes zu Solution. Das ist aber so an sich. Dann verlassen wir mal wieder die Szene. Ohne eine Szene zu machen. Wie vorhin. Aber er hätte doch selber noch einen Teddybären, oder? Das. Oh. Sein Haus. Ja, er hat tatsächlich ein Haus, obwohl es eine Wohnung ist. Aber es sei. Ja, gut. Ist nicht sein Haus, aber er hat eine Wohnung. Wo war denn das Tierchen? Kuscheltierchen. Da ist er doch. Der
And so
Bobby.
Eugene was heartbroken over the loss of his stuffed panda. Could I use my little bear to entice him? Huh. How long since I last pulled it out from down there? My beloved Bobby. I called him that in memory of my grandpa, Roberto. That stuffed animal had been with me since I was 6.
Boah. Jetzt muss man nur aussehen lassen wie ein Panda. Panda ist ja hauptsächlich weiß, auch schwarz oder braun. Weiß war ja dann nur noch hier die Farbe. Wo haben wir sie denn? Da war ja hier. Hier haben wir doch weiß. Können wir das benutzen?
That way, it would have looked like a panda.
Na, endlich. Nochmal. Jetzt haben wir einen Panda. Auf geht's zu Steher. Eugene. Und hier, da ist eine Fabrik. Da haben wir ja.
Eugene, I have a surprise for you.
What is it?
A brand new teddy bear, so you can forget the late bird.
Bert is not late. He's dead. And that is a very bad bear. Not a panda like Bert. Bert had little paws and eyes surrounded by dark. Take it away. I don't want it.
Incredible. He was also demanding. That man was the missing link between gorillas and Homo sapiens.
Naja.
Bobby the teddy bear, a memory of happy childhood. Now in polar version.
Polarverso. Ja. Doch noch ein Edding.
With the
Oh,
proper
such-
modifications, I'd turn Bobby the polar bear into Bobby the panda.
Genau. Schwarz umrandet. Das ist schon das Geheimnis. Mehr ist es nicht.
Eugene, I have a surprise for you.
Bert, you're alive!
I know a specialist doctor owed me a favor, and I asked him to help me. Do you want him?
Of course! Give him to me, please!
Business before pleasure. Can you tell me where to find Radwed's office inside this huge factory?
Enter the big door, take the alley towards the hand you're right with, climb the ladder, and you'll find it up there. Now give me my Bert, Stallone!
I knew Eugene was totally at my mercy then, and he would let me enter without making a fuss. Can I enter the factory?
No.
Oh, okay. So, here's Bert.
Bert!
Toll.
I lingered a few moments to watch Eugene playing happily with a piece of my childhood, the only toy my father ever gave me. Parting with it was a bit like giving up a sweet memory.
So was macht man. Nicht toll. Was haben wir da noch? Oh, das Loch.
I saw a hole in the wall, right behind that fluttering poster.
Looky machen. Na, aber. Was ist denn das?
The manhole could have been a perfect gateway into the factory. The question was, how to get there. Alice held her own quite well with that computer, and I had started to rely on that. Even after entering the premises, I don't think I could ever lift that big shutter door.
Das könnte unser Freund machen.
I always wanted to drive one of those.
Oha. Ändert ja meist nichts sehr gut für alle Beteiligten. Wenn er irgendwas macht, dann gehen wir mal zu Madame Alice. Madame.
Hello.
Hi, Lars.
Du hast den vollbringt, du
Been
die
to the
erwähnt
factory mentioned
hast.
this morning, and you know what, Alice? That place is anything but abandoned.
Which makes it a real lead, instead of the potential dead end that it seemed.
The problem of sneaking inside remains, though. The place is guarded by the last descendant of a race of prehistoric giants. Yet I think I found a possible access point. You can hold your own with that hellish thing, can't you?
I'm usually able to find out more than an average person can learn about their spouse by rummaging through their wallet.
Remarkable. Could you provide me with a map of the, Alice, I know it may seem strange, but I need a map of the city sewers, with a marked path that will lead me from a certain starting point to an end one.
You want to go through the sewers? Such elegance. Give me 2 minutes.
Ah. Kriegst.
All right, I already found an up-to-date map and I marked the coordinates for the old factory. It wasn't easy. I had to hack the server of the Miami municipality,
klar doch.
upload a worm that would hide my IP from the IT controllers, and finally download all the updated floor plans for the sewers.
And you did all that in 20 seconds?
I'm messing with you. I just loaded the appropriate site and found a recent map. Are you sure you want to sneak through the sewers all alone? With or without a map, it is still a dark and smelly labyrinth.
Recently, I met a kid that could prove useful.
Let me know what you find in there. And most of all, be careful. I have a bad feeling.
Bad. Bad feeling is my middle name.
That
Yeah.
would be 2 names, Lars.
Yeah, that doesn't quite work, does it?
Not really. But wait, you could say, bad feeling is my nickname instead.
Great. Bad feeling sounds fearsome as a nickname, doesn't it?
See you later,
See
Alligator.
you later, partner.
Bye, Lars.
Ja. Bei Lars, bei Game. Und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Session wieder zu Hand of the Glory. Fürs Einschalten. Ciao, bis zum nächsten Mal.